Hey guys, we're back to another video, and we're going to be continuing to take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are now on episode 43 of the series, and in the last episode, we saw a lot of stuff happening, like a new country, like a unification between these countries over here into this Brazilian country. They also invaded a country that was right here, and they made them into a puppet state. We also saw Panama get some land over here, some more land, via land purchases. And also, these guys did get more land via land purchases too. And a lot has happened over here in this region. So yeah. Over here in Africa, Tanzania has reached the Atlantic Ocean, and they have created a puppet state that's right here. And Liberia got some of their old land back and made some more puppet states. Egypt expanded quite a bit. They expanded their puppet state here, and they created 4 new puppet states to reach the Atlantic as well. And now let's take a look at what will happen in this episode. So let's head over to North America, where Mexico will be giving some land to Cascadia. They'll be giving away some of their provinces right here. That's because this will look better on the map. I just don't like the borders right now, but I think this will look better. Mexico thinks so too. So does Cascadia. They also give away these provinces over here to Cascadia as well, just to make the borders a little bit more borders that look good. Alright, that looks even better. Now Mexico looks pretty good. And finally, they're gonna sell some provinces over to Floridian country, which are these ones right here. And now that actually looks pretty good. So they will be quite interesting. North America is pretty interesting already. Over here in South America, Bolivia will be acquiring some land from this country via land purchases, because I don't like the straight line border, so I'm just going to fix it up with a bit of this. So they're going to buy this land right here, and I think that looks a little better. But yeah, there is so much happening right now. Like, a lot. Over here we see, oh. Uh-oh. Oh God. Not again. Egypt is on the rampage for some reason. Who knows why? But Egypt will be invading into Moroccan territory over here via their actual core territory. And yeah. Egypt is a menace to society. They also will invade from their puppet states as well, aiming to reach closer towards Europe. And yeah, a lot of this is pretty interesting. Oh, if it couldn't get any worse for Morocco, Mauritania is interested in this land over here, so they will be sending their forces into Moroccan territory. Taking over a lot of land. They will blitz across over here. They reach the border. They reach this area over here, and now, these guys will come to an agreement where they stop fighting and they focus. And now Morocco lands. We'll send their forces a bit into Iberia, so they're kind of screwed. So they'll just cede over this land, and we can look at a peace treaty that these guys will draw up. Oh. So yeah, their peace treaty. Peace treaty is, well, Mauritania will gain some land in southern Iberia. They control the Strait of Gibraltar now. But they will lose some land to Egypt and their puppets, and even Morocco. So we can take a look at this. Oh my god. Yeah, Egypt. Egypt is just gonna take quite a bit of this area right here. Yeah, Egypt is expanding quite a bit. It's interesting to see that Egypt is a little expansionist still. They have reclaimed a lot of their old lands, and yeah, they take quite a bit of land. And their puppet state will reach all the way up to their border here, claiming a lot of land. Just like this. They are quite big now. Egypt starts to incorporate some land from their puppet states. From this starts to incorporate land from this puppet state. This will be chaotic. Also, this puppet state right here will expand quite a bit up north, in the north of this country over here. So yeah, that's what we see here. That's what we see over here. And Mauritania will be taking quite a few provinces over here. All of these provinces right over here. Yeah, this looks weird. This was interesting. Egypt is... I thought they would chill for a bit, but apparently not. Ooh, I might make what if the Iberian country from my Wixo series came to the real world. It's gonna be pretty easy. They just kind of don't have control of this anymore. They don't have control of over this area or the. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Anyway, time to just the... Oh, Egypt is already incorporating some of the areas over here, so they will incorporate these provinces into their core territory, which is not good. They even incorporate these provinces closer to the capital. And they will start to incorporate some of these provinces right here, and even a large part over here. Egypt has expanded a lot now. Interestingly enough, the puppet states aren't going to revolt because they are completely under control of the Egyptians now. So yeah, that's not good if you're an independent nation next to Egypt, because you may be on their list of targets. Who knows? I'm not saying that they will do something to... I'm not saying that they will continue their conquest until they become the biggest country in the world, which they might already be the biggest country in the world already, because of their puppet states. Who knows? Anyway. Oh, we're going to look at Tanzania's puppet state. They will incorporate these provinces right here. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, Liberia is already incorporating some provinces. They'll incorporate a lot of these provinces right next to the capital city of their puppet state. Interesting. Oh, also Brazil is going to incorporate some of this land, some of the puppet state into their country. That's not good. Wow. Pretty interesting. Ow. We're going to continue to take a look in South America, where, the Brazilians are expanding again. They have expanded quite a bit already, and now they're already on a conquest. They will send some forces into this, like central Argentina, I guess, from their territory and even their puppet state, and they capture their capital. Ouch. That's not good. Oh boy. Brazil is not stopping their invasion. They have completely occupied this country. Are they going to peace out? No, they're not going to peace out. They are going to continue on their conquest until they reach the Pacific Ocean. Not good. They will send some more forces into this country right here, capturing a lot of their land area. They'll completely cut them off from Bolivia, and they begin to blitz towards the capital city, and in which they take, but not before Patagonia comes in and quickly moves into this the rest of the country and occupies it. Interesting. Pretty interesting. Oh, but we're not done with Brazil. They will send their forces straight into Bolivian territory. Not good if you're Bolivia. You just gained some land and now you're getting invaded by a powerful country. Yeah, not good. They will begin to send their forces straight towards the capital city. They will take over this lake area. And now, Ecuador is already invading into their country. Takes their capital with relative ease. And now we can look at this giant peace treaty. Alright, so in the peace treaty, just a bit of this territory over here turned Patagonian. Yeah, these provinces are Patagonian now. This area right here falls over to Ecuador. And oh boy, Brazil is being Brazil. First, let's look at their puppet state, where they will expand it into this area over here. So yeah, this is pretty interesting, where these puppet states are expanding already. And they will also take quite a bit of these areas over here, these provinces right here. We'll go over to them from these countries. So yeah, that's interesting. But we're not gonna be done. Yeah, we are never done over here. We're not done in South America just yet. Let me just fill all this in with their color real quick before I get to what we're about to see for the rest of the peace treaty. Because we're not done with this peace treaty. There's still more. So yeah, Brazil annexes this land. But they create another puppet state over here in this area. Right here. And this puppet state is very loyal to the central government. But technically every puppet state in the series is very loyal to the central government. So I guess, yeah. And yeah, this is pretty interesting. Bolivia had a good run, but they have collapsed. Now you may be wondering, why are these guys so expansionist? Well, it turns out in their election they elected a very expansionist leader. His policies are questionable, to say the least. I'll let you guys figure out what his policies are. against the people of the countries he's occupying, except for the unified peoples. Those are their people. But yeah, I'll let you figure that out first. I'll let you guys figure all that out on what his policies are against the conquered peoples of the countries he just invaded. Now time for this puppet state's capital. It'll be over here by this lake area. That's gonna be it for South America. We're actually gonna be taking a look at at Crimea over here. So Crimea has had an election. The two candidates were, one was very right-winging and the other one was left-winging. What's a right-wing ideology? Or let me check. Wing ideology. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Is that even a word? So I guess this is like, so they're the right-wing candidate is a fascist candidate. What about the left-wing candidate? Well, let's look at Wikipedia here. I guess it's like communism here. Yes, communism here. And the other candidate is the communist candidate. It's the communists. Yeah, you thought they were already gone. No. Well, let's look at the votes. The people, the fascist candidate, which I'll put with an F, got 58.2% of the votes. But what about the communist candidate? Well, they got 4.9% of the votes, which means the majority wins, and Crimea elects a communist leader, aka an authoritarian leader who's more focused on their economic problems than their political problems. So, yeah, so they are communist, which I'm just gonna put like a a yellow symbol for communism. I'm sorry, YouTube, but that's how you're gonna know they're communists. Let's take a look at, we're actually gonna not be too far from here. So we're gonna be looking at this Kazakh country. They are having elections right now, and the two candidates, well, they're the same candidates. The communists and the fascist candidates. The communists will get only 4% of the vote. Yeah, over here in Kazakhstan, they're not very popular. But the fascists, on the other hand, will be getting a huge percentage. They get 96% of the vote. So they will elect a fascist leader who will say he will unite their peoples under one flag, kind of like how Hitler said when he took over Germany during the Great Depression. So the symbol here I'll put is like the Iron Cross. So I'm just gonna put like a cross here. Sorry, YouTube. Again, I'm sorry. That's just a fascist symbol I'm gonna use, so I don't get demonetized if I put the symbol that no one likes, similar to the Iron Cross, but a little more darker. So I'm just gonna outline it in white to show that it's the cross. So yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So we're gonna be heading over here to Brazil now. Well, you wanted to know who this expansionist leader was. Well, if we go over here. It was a communist. Yeah. Well, communists do have puppet states all the time. Kind of like the Warsaw Pact, they were kind of like puppet governments. Like they had a pro-communist puppet government installed. For East Germany, that's what happened. Poland. A lot of the Warsaw Pact members, a lot of countries under Soviet rule, still are not doing so good because of the communist policies in their country. So yeah, Brazil here is a communist nation. If you want a little history lesson, Quebec was very authoritarian. They had the same leader for years. The family's leader, the leader's family was the one ruling the country, and they were a dictatorship. I just didn't really explain it that way before, but now you know that's why they collapsed, because they did not. The world really did not like that. I'm actually gonna keep track of how many countries I'm actually gonna put some areas up here. So right now there's only 2 communists and 1 fascist. This will change for a bit. So yeah, radicalism is still in effect. Let's head over here to India, where they're actually having elections of their own. They actually have some good candidates. they are a democracy at this point, which means the two political parties, the main political parties, are a Democrat and a Republican. And there is like a little like party. There is like a communist party in this country, but they won't get the most votes. Let's just look at the votes. Well, obviously we have to put the communists here. So they will get only 0.01% of the vote. So that's a lot. That's not a lot. Meanwhile, the Republicans, which I'll represent with an R, will get at least 20.2% of the vote. 20.2% of the vote. And the Democrats will be getting 50.9% of the votes. So yeah, they are a Democratic. So they elect a Democrat to rule their country. So now let's update this area over here, where we have the democracy, which I'll represent with a D. And we only have one country at this point that's a democratic. Now there is a lot of, there is a republic, and Quebec is actually the republic. So there is one Republican country that is Quebec. There are still some monarchies, which I'll represent with an M. There are at least, so Ireland is a monarchy, so that's one. France is so that's two. Germany is a monarchy, which is three. So is Norway, so that's four monarchies. Also, Egypt too. So that's five monarchies. And the rest of them, I don't really know. So yeah, that's our updated map for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.